Hi, everybody. Dan Illman here, taking a look at the Sunday DRF Bets race of the day. It is at Del Mar. It is the Grade 3 Native Diver Stakes card. It is race number 3. We're going to go a mile and an eighth. You can access free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Download them, handicap along with me. We'll take the field in post position order, beginning with the Bob Baffert train runner. That is the number 1, Roman Rosso. Baffert has 2 in here. Roman Rosso will be the bigger priced of the 2, and we know the old adage in Southern California, bet the bigger price Baffert. Roman Rosso had really good form in his South American races, multiple Group 1 winner down there. He just hasn't picked up his feet in his 2 starts stateside. One, I guess you can give him an excuse. The Pacific Classic was a tough spot to make a North American debut, running against Accelerate and the way Accelerate ran that day. But last time out, cutting back to a mile in the Comma to the Top Stakes, it seemed like a more appropriate spot for Roman Rosso, and he was no match for Battle of Midway, a horse that he's going to have to face yet again on Sunday. Roman Rosso still has to prove to me that he can run a little bit. I think he's going to show a little bit more speed from the inside post this time around under Drayden Van Dyke, but to me, he looks like a deserving long shot. The 2 Gift Box is one of the more intriguing runners in this race. When Chad Brown had him as a 2-year-old and he finished 3rd in the Grade 2 Remsen Stakes, there were some people thinking that this could be a Kentucky Derby colt. He had some physical issues. He missed the classics. He came back, and they thought perhaps a late-season 3-year-old. They ran him in the Travers. He was a well-beaten 4th behind a horse we all know and love, Arrogate. He wasn't going to compete with that horse. Then he went to the sidelines again, and he missed the summer of his 4-year-old campaign. And last year, he just turned into a horse that never really wanted to win. It was really surprising to see him being beaten as the favorite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row and getting a reputation on the New York surface as that of a money burner. Well, he finally broke through in his most recent start. He destroyed the field, going a mile, a 1-turn mile at Aqueduct. It was way back on March the 24th. He was the 2-5 favorite, had to win on paper, but we had seen Gift Box in the past. Races he had to win, he lost. He cruised to the front. He crushed that field. The way he galloped out, though, made you think that perhaps something had gone wrong yet again for Gift Box. And he disappeared from the past performances from that race in March until here in the Native Diver. He was privately purchased out of that race by Ronus Racing, who has had great success with trainer John Sadler with horses, of course, like Accelerate and Catalina Cruiser. And I don't think Ronus Racing would buy Gift Box if they think he can't run anymore. Gift Box might be using this race, the Native Diver, as a prep for the big races in the over the winter at Santa Anita, which would, of course, culminate with the big cap. But I think Gift Box finds a good spot in the Native Diver. I think a mile and an eighth is okay for him. I think he has enough tactical speed to stay close to the pace. He might be the 3rd choice in this race, and if that's the case, I might want to take a flyer on him. Kershaw's got speed, and his first time around 2 turns came in a weak starter allowance race on October the 20th at Santa Anita. He was able to get away to just the easiest of leads, spurted clear, and won by 6. There was a chance that he can make the lead in here, but I think he is a good target for horses like Gift Box and Battle of Midway and some of the others. Battle of Midway is the big name in this race. Battle of Midway, of course, finished 3rd in the Kentucky Derby as a 3-year-old, won the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile as a 4-year-old, and then was retired to stud. And that breeding career did not work out, and he returned to the races late in his 4-year-old campaign. And I wonder if he's the same horse. I know he won the Comma to the Top last time out by open lengths. I know he did it with a 99 Beyer speed figure and a 123 Timeform U.S. speed figure. But Battle of Midway kind of was really ridden hard by Flavien Prat to take the lead on the turn. He couldn't really get away from those horses despite being under a full-out drive. And while he did run 3rd in the Derby, and he's run well at a mile and an eighth in the past, I think at this point in his career, he's a miler. So he might be pushing it a bit, going a mile and an eighth, and he's going to carry a lot of weight, 125 pounds. He easily can win this race. It's not the strongest Native Diver in the world. I'm not sure I would take a short price on Battle of Midway. Isotherm, the last time he ran at Del Mar, I needed him in the Harry F. Brubaker. He ran against Dabster. I'll argue he ran just as well. He must have been 4-5 wide every step of the way. He challenged Dabster turning into the lane, and he finished the game 2nd. That led to a better-than-expected 3rd in the Grade 1 Awesome again behind Accelerate. It looked like Isotherm had found himself on the dirt after competing on turf for most of his career. They ran him in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile last time out. He didn't pick his feet up. 2 reasons why I want to discount that race. 1, I don't think a 1-turn mile is his best. I think he is better at this longer distance around 2 turns. 2, we have seen an also ran come out of the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile and run well. that being the ill-fated Trigger Warning, who came back to win the Steel Valley Sprint at Mahoning with a 98 Beyer speed figure. I'm willing to draw a line through the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. I think that Isotherm, despite being 0 for 6 on the dirt, has found himself on the surface. There are worse long shots than Isotherm. His races in the Awesome again, and especially the Brubaker, surprising. Dabster had found himself stretching all the way out in distance. He won the Brubaker. He had the better trip than Isotherm that day. And Bob Baffert realized, let's stretch this horse out. Let's try him at 1.25 miles in the Los Alamitos Special. And he won that race very easily. Let's try him at 1.75 miles in the marathon at Churchill Downs, and he got away to a nice, easy lead. Joe Talamo gave him a great ride. He cut the corner, turning into the stretch, and it took a nice horse, the distance-loving Rocketry, to run him down, and Dabster was dead game all the way down to the wire. I wonder if the distance has been the key for Dabster. It's hard to rate speed figures in 1 3/4 races. Take that 99 Beyer, 120 time form U.S. speed figure with a grain of salt. But he's gotten good, and this was always a horse with a lot of ability before he got hurt towards the end of his 3-year-old campaign. I think Dabster is a major player in this spot. I do wonder if 1 1/8 is actually a little bit sharp for him, while it's actually a little long for Battle of Midway, which means it's just right for Gift Box. The layoff is not easy for Gift Box fans, but I'm going to take him as the third choice over the two logical runners, 2, 4, 6. In the Grade 3 Native Diver Stakes. It's your DRF Bets race of the day for Sunday. Best of luck.